Hello all, the topic that we're going to discuss in today's session is about becoming a BA. A question that is frequently asked on online business analysis forums is, how can I become a business analyst? For those aspiring to be a BA, it is a logical question to ask. However, one overlooked angle to consider is, are you already a BA? Or more precisely, are there elements of business analysis that you're undertaking in your current role that you could build upon? Many people, when asked this question, can identify some areas of their current role which are aligned with business analysis and might get them a foot in the door. For example, on the face of it, we might consider that there is a little similarity between someone who works on the sales team of a large software vendor and a business analyst. Yet the sales executive will need to understand their client's process and needs as well as the gap that a solution can fill, and this will also help to propose solutions. These are very similar activities that a business analyst undertakes. It is useful to consider ways into the business analyst role. While there is no single typical route into a business analysis, there are a number of common routes, including from the business, from the IT, from an adjacent role, or from elsewhere. One route into business analysis is from an operational or managerial role within an organization. This might apply to somebody who has gained significant experience of how systems and processes work firsthand by working on the front line. Or it might apply to somebody who has gained significant experience and expertise and has subsequently worked on projects as an SME. This can be a very effective role into business analysis, as the detailed organizational knowledge that has been acquired will undoubtedly prove useful when conducting analysis. It is often the case that this transition happens quite naturally. Perhaps someone who is assigned to work as an SME and they discover that they have a natural tendency for analytical thinking. They might work closely with a business analyst on the project, seek to expand their own analysis skills and knowledge, and then actively work to use the BA skill set into their own role. Gaining this practical hands-on experience of business analysis can be a valuable first step in positioning oneself towards a business analyst role. There are a number of factors to be cautious when transitioning to a BA role from within a business. Firstly, while detailed business knowledge is undoubtedly useful, it can also be a burden. Sometimes it becomes tempting not to ask questions. Yet this is very dangerous, as the process may have changed or people may be undertaking it in different ways from the ones you know. It is crucial to remain curious and to leverage and supplement the existing knowledge. It is important to avoid the temptation to jump straight into the detail and discuss exceptions and detailed processes when what is really needed is a broad discussion about the scope and scale. It is very easy to initially be rather detail-oriented. It is a positive step, but there are times when we will be dealing with high levels of ambiguity. At the very start of projects, the ambiguity will need to remain for at least a while. However, putting aside these potential pitfalls, the business route is a very effective way to enter business analysis. Another common route into business analysis is from an IT role. There are many types of roles that fall within this category, including developer, IT systems analyst, analyst programmer, and so forth. Business analysts who start their career in IT have a significant advantage in that they often understand in detail the technical architecture that exists in their organization, and often understand which systems have been neglected and will be hard to change or maintain. They often have a gut feeling about what is feasible and can help to facilitate detailed technical discussions with developers or solution architects. However, there are again pitfalls to be mindful of here too. While many IT roles require a detailed expert knowledge of the relevant technology, they do not always provide exposure to the wider processes, people, and organizational issues. For example, while a developer might have a detailed knowledge of how information is stored in a database and functions performed in the system, they might not have had the opportunity to see how the system is used in a wider end-to-end business process. For instance, a bank might have paper forms that are filled in by customers, scanned, keyed, and validated. While a developer may be aware of the structure of the data on the database, they might not have had exposure to the process of obtaining the data. This pitfall certainly is not insurmountable, and many excellent business analysts have started their career in IT. If you're considering making this move, it's worth consciously trying to gain wider exposure to the business situation, looking beyond the technological elements. Many experienced IT practitioners will be doing this already, so reflecting on the breadth of your business knowledge and experience can be useful when moving towards a business role. Moving to a BA role from an adjacent role is often considered a sidestep in terms of career progression. It's not up or down, but it's a conscious change in career path. The individual is recalibrating their career after making a conscious decision to pursue another path. Adjacent roles often provide relevant experience and exposure to projects and the ability to work alongside BAs and see the types of activity that they undertake. They may also have the opportunity to see or review documentation created by Analyst, which can be extremely useful as it provides real insight into how the role works. However, one consideration to keep in mind is that experienced BAs often make analysis look easy. You might attend a well-facilitated workshop and receive a neatly drawn-up process model a few days later. What you might not see is the planning, the 10 interviews, the research, the 4 iterations of the process that the BA has created. Creating an intuitive, concise, and readable model or document often takes far more effort than might be assumed. Yet, it is a certainly viable option to move to a BA role from an adjacent role. When doing so, it will be important to consider the skills and experience that you've already gained and compare and contrast this against the analysis role. With an adjacent role, it's often necessary to make a very conscious effort to move. This may require a shift in mindset. For example, a tester who wishes to transition into a BA role will have valuable skills to bring with them, but will likely see their perspective shift as they focus on the analysis rather than the testing. This mindset shift can be bigger than expected, and it's important to remember that you are no longer the tester on the project and avoid getting into the way of those who are. People are increasingly choosing a business analysis career straight from their university or college. This is a sign that awareness of the role is growing, and it also shows how the business analysis discipline is maturing. During your studies, you might have had the opportunity to undertake a placement year as a part of the degree. This can be a useful way of validating whether business analysis is the right career path for you. After you have finished your degree, you will likely find there are a range of graduate schemes typically run by larger organizations that will enable you to gain some experience of business analysis. It is key, however, to apply for and choose the right scheme for you. Some organizations will rotate you through a number of different roles over a period of time. This has the advantage that you will gain a breadth of knowledge and experience, but you're unlikely to gain depth in any one of these areas. Other organizations will focus on one role, providing specialist support and training. Some even provide the opportunity to pursue business analysis certification as a part of the program, which is a significant advantage as it will help boost your knowledge at a time when you can immediately apply it in your day job. This mixture of experience and knowledge on the top of your degree will enhance your CV too. It is quite possible that there will be opportunities to undertake elements of business analysis in his or her role, even in different routes. There has been a person who became a business analyst but who previously worked as a paramedic with the ambulance service. He was amazed as he described how he had found a similarity in mindset between the two roles, like assessing the situations, selecting options, working within constraints, and following prescribed guidelines. He had moved from this role to become a BA within the healthcare domain, so the domain had been a point of continuity. In the next session, let us look at the factors to consider when seeking a business analyst role. Thank you.